Hey everybody, it's Renee Signs, back on the U2 wing molds here, I finished with the molding of the top wing panel. So this right here, and you can't really see it, this parting plane's in the way. Let me see if I can move this camera up a little bit, but there's the top wing panel, and I added this piece of plywood and added some fiberglass reinforcement to make it nice and stiff. So this is going to act as a stiffener. It's going to keep everything from warping. It's going to help it keep its shape, I'm hoping. So what I'm going to do now, I've got the wing panel done. The flap and ailerons right over here. So I'm going to go ahead and knock this parting plane off and see what we've got. And then what I'll do is then this will be the last section that we mold here from tip to a root. So and then we'll have I'll trim this out, and then I'll have a completed 4-section wing mold. So let's get started here. I'm gonna see how I can knock these off. I don't want to be careful. Definitely don't want to damage the wing plug. A lot of hot glue on that one. See if I can cut through it a little bit. I don't put too much hot glue on this guy. Coming up there. This is coming up just fine here. Okay. Should be pretty easy here. And then the last all right, so let me get all this stuff out. I guess I should just vacuum that, what do you think? I'd like to try and get a wing molded up here really soon, and maybe even test it and have a sacrificial wing panel just to see if I can build a wing that'll handle some stress. All right, let's see here. Start pulling up some of this. Oh, let me get this off. Let's get this parting plane off. come back here. Probably can't see what I'm doing there. Now, let's get my this chisel's been pretty handy. There we go. Alright. Alright. So that's done. Here's my parting plane. It won't be this tall. When I mold up this section here, we'll trim this down. I just wanted to make sure I had a nice surface to work with. You know, you can always trim these parting planes down after you're done with them. Definitely can't. It's hard to add. Now, look at all this. I know it's a lot of tape, but it's a lot of tape to cover all this, but it's a lot of work that it's protecting, so I didn't want to damage all the work I put into it. You'll see clay oozing out from behind from when I clayed it up. From when I clayed it up on the back side when I was making the parting plane on the other side. So this should make claying this up a little bit easier because I've already got some clay oozing out. But now this might make a little bit more sense if you're wondering how I was going to do this. So, that big wad of tape. So now I got my wing panel mold. Now I'm going to make a separate, smaller, long, skinny mold here. And it's going to be just for the aileron and flap. So the flap starts here at the root and goes all the way to about right here where my finger is. That's where the flap ends and the aileron begins. So I'll make a separate layup here. Hopefully I can get this clayed up tonight. And there's not really a lot to clay up. Clay it up tonight. Clean this up a little bit. Clay it up tonight. Maybe even shoot some PVA. I don't know if I'll have time tonight. Definitely tomorrow. Tomorrow afternoon, and then I can start laying up tomorrow night. This won't take. This will be an easy layup compared to. This is a lot more involved. But anyway. Stay tuned and we'll start working on this side. Alright, now it's time to put on got the area nice and clayed up, cleaned up the clay and added some clay here and there. Added this parting plane right here. And a little tiny one right there. So I'm going to clay this up now, and it should be, well, actually not just yet. A little bit of A little bit of dust in these dots. What I don't want is I don't want any dirt or dust to get mixed up in this wax that I'm using, and I don't want to scratch up my plug. So, all right, let's put some wax on. What I'm using is this honey wax. It's the only kind I've ever used. Haven't had any problems with it, so never saw a reason to try anything else, to be honest. But I know a lot of guys use it. That's why I started using it, and I've been pretty happy with it. So this is the first little coat here. I'm gonna give it a good coat. Let it sit for a while, firm up. I taped off these edges. These edges are kind of rough. The edges of these molds, they got some loose fiberglass and some sharp edges, and I'm just going to tape them off. That area is going to get cut off anyway, so this will help me from snagging this pad and or worse, dragging debris onto the surface here. So that's what I'm really trying to avoid, is getting junk on this stuff here. But anyway, a nice good coat here. I'll let this, make sure I get these dots real good. And I'll do this about, I don't know, about a couple more times. At least two more times, two or three more times. I'll let this sit for about 20-30 minutes, let it harden up, and then I'll buff it off and then repeat it. I want to make sure I don't get too much built up in certain areas. I want it to, otherwise it'll never cure. But anyway, so I'll let this sit for a while, firm up, buff it off like I said, and then we'll put some more layers, do that a couple times, and then we'll shoot some PVA and start the whole process all over again. So stay tuned.